right, there we go. Weird and quirky shower thoughts for today. These are those deep thoughts that make you say, All right, so for the first one, I'm saying this is not my thoughts. This is somebody else's thoughts, so it's on my list. All right. The darker it gets, the stronger is my belief in ghosts.
And they always come out just before.
Yeah, and so when sun comes up, we lose our belief.
They always come out just before dawn.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. So there you go. So, all right. Okay, moving right along.
You were hoping for something better with that one, weren't you?
It's a good start.
It's a good start. Well,
we're revving up.
I've got more here. Now this one.
Warmer.
Okay, guys. All right. This is a family show. I want you to keep this G-rated. Okay. It is a reality that goes on. Every man and woman, especially if they're married, understand this concept, all this. All right, here we go. Interesting how girls get all ashamed when they're in their underwear, but they're more than fine revealing the very same view in a bikini.
Yeah.
That's true.
No.
And most of the clothes they wear.
That's right. Exactly.
I'm telling you.
That's true. That's so true.
When my grandma used to come down from Michigan in the wintertime to visit us in South Florida, she would go out in the yard and take off her shirt. And she said, well, it's no different than wearing a bathing suit top.
You know, that's a really good point, Tammy. And having spent 8.5 years growing up in Norway, the women would be out there working in the fields like the farmers. And the women, they just take off their shirt, and they'd work in the bra. That was normal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
And the beaches are topless in Europe.
Yeah.
You know?
That is true.
I mean, you're coming off an aircraft carrier. You've got 6,000 sailors are going to be placed at beach landing, and there's two women sitting there with their tops off. I'm thinking this ain't gonna go over good, you know. I kid you not.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
We've seen a topless beach too.
That was a ma'am.
So
Did
we've
I
seen
go?
a topless beach.
Oh yeah.
But
Well,
the women at that beach, most of them were over 300 pounds that were topless there. So.
How do they tell what's what?
All right, let's get this G-rated, and we're gonna with that. All right, we're chasing squirrels today. I thought I was the only one that chased squirrels.
Well, I brought up the sailor issue here, guys. I'm sorry. It's that boat behind Mark. We know what I'm saying. Here we go, guys.
Right. Okay.
Wait, I need to clarify. We walked by that beach. We did not participate, by the way.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta tell you this.
But if we were on the beach, I want to tell you I was topless.
I bet. No, some friends of ours, a couple of lady friends of ours, were on the beach in Wilmington one day, and they see this girl walk by with one of those thong bikinis on, and she had a butterfly tattoo on a cheek. And they looked at each other, and this is a true story. They said she doesn't realize that when she gets older and gains, that butterfly will look like a pterodactyl.
Oh, that's funny. That's the funniest. That's the funniest one so far.
That's a shower thought right there.
Okay.
Okay.
All
right.
That's true. That's true.
That's a true story.
That's good.
That's true.
All right, moving right along here, and here's one: the combination of innumerable choices you've made in your life have brought you to this exact point, listening to these shower thoughts.
That's right. Hallelujah. Pterodactyls, here they come. Oh no.
Yeah. All right. So I actually kind of modified it since we're live, and it actually says brought you to this exact point reading this exact sentence, but we're talking about
But
it.
then
So,
you read it anyway.
yeah, ready.
Yeah, it's yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Work.
How about this next one here? Gyms should offer a very cheap basic membership, but charge a penalty for every day you didn't turn up.
Yeah, this is a personal thing, man. Sounds like a very I don't know, bad trainer. Then maybe I don't know.
Honestly, it sounds to me like a Democratic mandate, but I don't know. But
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
really.
You're right. Pretty
Well,
close.
interesting that you brought that up because today Adina and I plan on going to the senior center, and they have a huge room of exercise workout equipment that we can use for free. So all the other places usually start at like $30 a month for each individual person, but we've been planning to do this for a while. Now that everything's back open because there's no more COVID and all that, so everything's back open. And anyway, that is interesting that you said that, because we don't want anybody monitoring us when we come in, but so we'll keep that thought in mind, I guess I should say. So
there you
as we
go.
there,
You guys didn't get snowed in this weekend, huh?
snowed in? No.
We would have been. We would
huh?
have been snowed in
Yeah.
where we were at.
Mhm.
We would
Yeah,
have. We'd be
no,
stuck. We'd
yeah.
still be stuck.
No, we don't get snow or snowed in. No.
Did you get any
No,
freezing rain?
we're-
what?
what?
What
Did you
snow?
get any freezing rain?
We got some rain. It don't get that cold here, so we're in the tropics and all that. So
Yeah, you're on the coast.
So now my wife would correct me and say, "No, honey, it's subtropics." Well, sub means it's just a form of whatever that is. So you're still tropics. So anyway, but let me rub it in a little bit more if I could.
All I know is we haven't seen rain or snow or any moisture whatsoever in months and months.
Since before Sukkot, right?
Yeah, before
Oh,
Sukkot was the last time we had any moisture whatsoever.
Oh, Father, have
That's
mercy.
not
Y'all
good.
need rain.
We do. We really do.
Bless you.
We got 3
Interesting.
inches
That's
on
just-
Shabbat.
Yeah, we got 3 here.
I
Wow.
wish
Yeah.
that's
Well,
one.
they have it in Oklahoma. So what did it
Not
just
here.
like? Just go through the states like that or something?
It must.
Must
Yep.
have. Mhm. Okay.
Yep.
See what you started, John?
Yeah. All right.
Mm,
Another squirrel. Okay. Hey, let's move on to the next shower thought here. And this was one that's going to make you say,
Okay.
a birth certificate could easily be called a baby receipt.
That's pretty good.
So,
They're all tracked by the government.
so if you don't want it, you can take it back and get your money back, or what's the story? That when I think of receipts, that's what I think.
Just go back to customer service. No, this wasn't quite right.
Can I chase one more quick squirrel?
All right.
Do you guys keep your receipts?
Yeah, every one of them.
Try to.
Okay, what's the oldest receipt? What's the oldest year that you have your receipts on?
Oh, geez. Well, we don't have them cataloged, but I did run across one from, 2012
Yeah.
at least.
I still have mine in my attic, and I need to go through it from 2008 on. Every receipt. They're
Oh,
all
my-
categorized in a box.
That's unreal.
I know. I need to dump
That
it.
is unreal.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
time. It's time.
Sounds like time for a bonfire.
Yeah.
Some of those will be so faded
Huh?
because of that.
Yeah, you can't read them.
You can't read in the
You know?
thermal imaging that's on those receipt
Right.
papers. They fade over time.
My daddy always said though, keep the receipts. So I always kept them.
Well,
All right, so
something you can do with those receipts, you can shred them and you can feed them to your worm bed.
There you go. Worms
What
love
about
them.
the chemicals on them though? I don't know that you could do that because of the chemicals on the
Yeah.
paper.
They say
You'll
you
know if your worms
start glowing.
are bottoms up the next morning.
Yeah.
Wait,
know?
wait. How can you tell if a worm is bottom up?
Oh, that's a shower thought.
Well, he's normally dried, doesn't move, and the birds won't touch him.
So then you see all their little legs.
Oh, speaking of little legs, I moved a limb that was in the backyard yesterday, and there was a centipede. I mean, a centipede about 5 inches long. And I'm like,
Buddy.
get away from me.
If it had got a hold of her, she'd still be in
Screaming.
shock. Pain would have been excruciating.
Tammy, I'm there with you, my dear. I'd be the same way you are.
Mm-mm.
Well,
If we're at Sukkot and we see a centipede and you and I are together, oh my, everybody, the whole camp better watch out.
you know, out at Sukkot, when I was by my car, there was a centipede. I'm telling you, was that big around and about that stinking long.
Ugh.
Crawled
That's a
by.
millipede, boss.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's a millipede.
He's
Oh,
done.
that's
He's
a-
way
like
past
a
centipede grade.
Billipede, ain't it? And, I
Millipede,
mean, it was huge, and I just let it crawl.
Ugh.
Well, the millipedes
Yeah,
don't.
buddy.
Millipedes don't bite, but centipedes do.
Woo, she
What
got bit by
about
one
billipedes?
in North Carolina.
Yeah, I did.
Oh
right.
my lord!
I still have a
John,
scar on
we'll
my
let
hand.
you finish. Sorry.
All right.
It's
Hey.
Sandy's fault. She squirreled it.
Yeah, it is Sandy's fault.
Yeah,
I
she-
squirreled it to receipts. It got squirreled somewhere else.
To creepy crawlies, you know.
All right.
It's called squirrel layers.
So as one thing leads to another, let's get this last one in. Last but not least, funny, you rarely get muscle ache in your tongue, no matter how much you speak.
Hmm.
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 But try oil pulling. That'll wear your
Hmm.
tongue out.
Yeah, buddy.
Hmm. And it's a muscle, so you're right. That's
So-
interesting. Yeah.
So if you got 30,000 words to use up in a day,
I always, go ahead. Sorry, John.
I was just going to say, boy, your tongue doesn't get, maybe if you went to 40,000 words.
Yeah. Well, I have often thought when I'm around people that just chatter and never say anything, it always comes to thought,
She's pointing at me.
what if we are born with only so many words we can speak in our entire lives? What if we only had like 1 million words?
John would be in trouble. That's all I can say.
No, I think we all would be in trouble. I think, but of course, over time you learn how to do it. But we would learn to communicate, I think, in our lives. So anyway, I've thought about that very often.
So when you start to run out of words, is it that you start to sputter?
I don't know. I mean, John, this is not a real
That's why we
thing.
lose.
It's
That's
a
why we lose our train of
hypothetical.
thoughts, because we're getting closer and closer to the end of our words.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Yep. That's it. Yep. Yep. That's it. Yep. Makes you want to have a limited amount of words, don't it?
That's right.
All right. Here we
The
go.
fewer words you use, the smaller the vocabulary gets. Must mean a sign.
Uh-huh.
You're
Uh-huh.
about done.
Yep. That's
Can
right.
I tell one funny story?
One funny story.
Yep.
It has nothing to do.
No
Yep,
Sandy.
it has nothing to
Yep.
do.
Yep.
Okay.
Squirrel
It's a
had a certain-
completely
Yep.
funny story. It's a granddaughter story. Before
Uh-huh.
we get serious. Well,
Yep.
it's pretty funny. So we're sitting there, we're standing learning our Bible verse. I gave everybody a color, all the kids. And in this time I had 3 through 11-year-olds in my class. So I had a big range because we were doing some different things, and we were doing David Danced is where our lesson was. Not for tour portion, that was different. We did a tour portion, but we have a separate one during service. And part of the thing is that I was going to have them dance because I was showing them how you dance, and they were doing musical dots dancing, and I didn't have the music going at the time, so I started to sing No Longer Slaves. I was just singing something, and my granddaughter says, "No, that's not good. That's not pretty, Sonny. Let me do it." And then she started. She was very serious. "No, that's not pretty, Sonny." And she wanted everybody's attention. Well, she led worship.
Oh,
That wasn't when the balloons started popping.
That happened. That was after the balloons.
Oh, after. Okay.
See, I did the
Trying to
balloons.
make a statement sound like a shotgun to go off. Bow.
Well, what I did, I always try to do activities for memory verses so the kids are interested in learning. And so they had to pop the balloon, and then I had all the verses, all the words, and they had to go put them in order, and the first one wins. And yeah. And if you were 3, then you popped your balloon and you had to say it to me.
Wow.
Wow. Cool. Very cool.
Interesting.
That's not
sound
pretty.
effects.
Yes.
Sorry about the
That
sound
sounds
effects for service.
That sounds like her.
John assured us there was not a drive-by shooting.
and we were not microwaving popcorn.
Right. Right.
Oh my
All
God.
right. We
All
ready?
right. So there you go. That's the end of the Shower Thoughts today. Thank y'all for participating. You get a participation award today.
Oh, goody. Hey, can I make one statement?
Yes.
Make 42.
I would believe a sighting of Bigfoot riding the Loch Ness Monster on their way to an Elvis concert before I would believe Biden got 78 million legal votes.
Hey. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
My sister
Hey,
sent
y'all
that
get
to me from Facebook.
We are richly blessed to bring you what we believe is the fullest, most diverse, yet up-to-date progressive teachings, discussion, and prayer programming you can find anywhere on this planet. Be sure to take the tour of the MessianicLambRadio.com website. I'm Susan Hoogie, thanking you for joining us on the Messianic Lamb Video Network.